Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, I'd like to show you some of the equipment that we used and some best practices that you can easily take away to start getting great recordings at home. What I have here is an SE Electronics X1, which is a type of large diaphragm condenser microphone. Large diaphragm condenser microphones are usually a great choice for recording vocals in a studio, but they are generally too delicate to use on stage for live stuff. And I also have a pop shield here, so attached to the stand. This helps minimize the effect that plosions have. So if I use a word that has a consonant like P or something like that, I blow air into the microphone and it distorts the recording. The pop shield helps minimize that effect. So just having a pop shield just in front of the microphone like this can really help minimize that. We have the microphone connected via a balanced XLR cable connected to input 2 of this Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 audio interface. The job of the Scarlett is to take an analog signal such as this microphone and convert it into digital so that it can go into Logic. So an audio interface just converts analog signals into digital so that you can record them into a digital audio workstation such as Logic Pro. Because this is a condenser microphone, it requires that we have phantom power enabled. So your audio interface will have phantom power as an option. You just need to make sure that that is switched on the interface when you are recording with a condenser microphone. If you're not sure as to whether or not your microphone requires that, just simply look at the instruction manual or the documentation for the microphone that you are using, and as well do the same for the audio interface you're using. Both of these pieces of equipment are very entry level, very affordable pieces of gear that are found in many home studios, and we've intentionally used these pieces of equipment throughout the course to show you how you can get great results recording at home with very entry level gear. I'm actually quite a distance away from the microphone, and you're actually going to find that with many of the vocalists that we used in the course. The reason that we record at such a distance is because we don't need the hottest signal going into Logic. Many people think that you have to record the hottest possible signal. That's just not true. When you record with plenty of headroom, as you can see here, inside Logic, the peak level is going nowhere near zero. It's way in the green. There's hardly any yellow on the meter there because we're recording with plenty of headroom. So if I start singing really loudly, it can accommodate those large variants in dynamics without saturating or without clipping on the way in. Because digital audio workstations like this, they record into 24-bit, which has a dynamic range of roughly 144 decibels. There's plenty of range within that format to accommodate a large signal to noise ratio, so you're not really limited by that. As you can see here, my levels are really healthy. They're very much in the green. There's hardly any yellow or anything like that. So there's plenty of headroom in the levels that I've set up to accommodate large variances in dynamics in my performance. So if I start singing really loudly, there's more than enough headroom to accommodate that. And because I'm also recording in Logic Pro, like any modern digital audio workstation, all of this is getting recorded into 24-bit. And 24-bit has roughly 144 decibels of dynamic range. So you don't need to necessarily worry about getting the hottest signal into Logic. You just need to make sure that you have plenty of headroom. And to manage the level going into Logic, I've simply used the gain on the front of the audio interface there to adjust it. And as you can see, the LED on the interface itself is very much green. It's not going yellow, it's not going red or anything like that. So again, really healthy levels. And what you're actually hearing now is actually my voice being recorded into Logic. So as you can hear, it's perfectly decent. plenty of headroom. If I started singing loudly, I'd get minimal saturation on the way in. And the good thing is, you can always apply gain later on, so you're not stuck at this level. We can simply just turn it up in post-production later, which I show you in some of the videos about post-production. Another example of a microphone that we used in the course is a Shure SM58. Now, this is a dynamic microphone. Dynamic microphones are generally very robust. They're built for stage, they're built for live. However, sometimes you get really great results in the studio. The main difference between using one of these and using a condenser microphone such as the SEX1 is that dynamic microphones do not require phantom power. Other than that, all of the same principles apply in terms of levels and signal going in, as I just explained.